Greetings and welcome to the Tatos Inc. Corporate Network Infrastructure Upgrade Proposal. My name is Elliot Richter and I will be your presenter for this company-wide systems improvement. A little about me. I'm an IT network administrator and network architect here at Tatos Inc. And I have a background in network and cloud administration, mechanical mechatronics engineering, science, business administration, and operations. And I have been a part of the Tatos team going on 8 years and 5 months now, so you can say I've seen my fair share of potato chips once or twice. Today I will be presenting my proposal for an all-inclusive upgrade for our corporate network infrastructure. This upgrade will include all company department operating systems and all servers. I will be covering the following topics in this proposal: a brief overview of our current OS, which is Microsoft Windows 10 for desktops and Windows Server 2019 for our servers, the impact of the upcoming changes to these operating systems due to subscriptions, and why changing our company infrastructure OS is recommended. I will discuss alternative operating systems to Windows products, our top 3 choices, plus which is the best option for the upgrade and why. Then we will move on to demonstration of the chosen OS via virtual machine with a brief overview of its use, examples of available applications and features, and afterwards we will identify potential issues which may arise should we upgrade to this OS. Finally, we will address our upgrade strategy and timeline covering all of the departments when focusing on testing, training, and rollout times, the productivity, any training hurdles and how easy it is for the company to adjust, and the administration and IT staff teams. Tatos Inc. currently uses the Microsoft Windows 10 Enterprise Desktop environment for all of our workstations and laptops. For our servers, we use Windows Server 2019. It's a great system and the company has used Windows for years. However, we are considering changing over our company infrastructure to a new OS environment in the upcoming months. This is due in part to the potential of Microsoft charging for Windows 11 as a subscription model. This concerns the company as to how it will affect cost, efficiency, and operations in the long run. Therefore, this presentation will offer alternative operating systems we can upgrade to, thus providing the company potential cost-cutting measures and continue to keep our productivity and efficiency at our current or better levels. Now, the benefits of a free operating system choice is saving money, it's easily accessible, being open source, it's easy to customize, and regular updates are done by the community and various businesses, so they'll be widely available. Now, the problem with the free OS is it's not created by one organization, so there's no real responsibility to address if something goes wrong. There's no real dedicated support in some instances, and being open source code, many people know how it operates and how to get in. It's more of a security issue at times for the well-skilled. So security will need to be more of a focus. And there's potential cross-platform incapabilities that might have to be addressed as well. However, the following 3 operating systems were considered for use in this upgrade. The first consideration is using Mac OS. Now, it'll work on the same hardware we have, so upgrading equipment's not really necessary, but it's predominantly designed for entertainment, but it can be used in a business environment successfully. Now, data styles, design, layout, and applications are different, and so it will require training and adjustment for the users, not to mention some possible data conversions, especially if we're transferring. Next up, the second consideration is using Linux Ubuntu, the desktop and server editions. Now, both Ubuntu OS versions will work on our existing hardware, which is a big plus. Ubuntu is free to install and use, and it has regular security patch and OS patch updates. Now, the design, layout, and applications are quite similar to Windows, making the transition easier for all employees to learn quicker. Now, the data styles are compatible with Windows formats, so converting over data is not really needed and can be used on the Linux system. Final consideration is using Chrome OS. Now, it may or may not work on the existing equipment, as it's typically installed on specialized hardware such as the Chromebook. Now, like Mac OS, Chrome OS is designed to only work with Chrome applications, meaning online accessibility and storage will be amazing, but all data can and will be accessed by everyone on the drive. Now, the best option we've decided for Tatos Inc. is the Linux, Ubuntu desktop and server versions. The long-term cost savings are high as there's no subscription fee and the OS is free. The productivity will not suffer as the rollout can be done in stages. This will have minimal impact on each department as they are upgraded. The ease of use for the company and training hurdles that may arise since Ubuntu is similar in operation and functionality. User crossover by the employees should be easy to facilitate and manage. The primary adjustment will be attention to basic OS operation and data file types. Administration and the IT staff will be able to complete the upgrade over the course of a few months. And this will include training of employees and data backups first, followed by prepping of the hardware and scheduling of upgrade stages. Then we'll move on to the stages being performed by the IT and the administration, who will be divided into two teams of 4. This will facilitate fast implementation and help ensure a high success rate over the upgrade timeline. Now here I will demo the Ubuntu OS with a brief overview of the layout and show a few of the applications that will be helpful for our business environment. Now the basic layout, as you will see, is similar to Windows, so employees should have no problem adjusting to the new environment. We'll start off here with the login screen. Simply select your username, enter in your password, and as it loads up, you will be directed to the desktop. Here you see the desktop environment with all of our folders loaded on the main area, our application docked to the left, which can be adjusted to wherever the operator needs it to be. We have our app screen that gives us access to all the installed applications. Different file folders that are very similar to File Explorer on Microsoft. You see you have your categories to the left to select different documents. Similar window layouts. You have your activities bar up top, your settings on the right hand side for power off, locking, settings, checking your network connections, volume, basic operations as you see here. Now, some of the pre-installed applications that you will find with Ubuntu would be these right here, the LibreOffice set. Now, by clicking the LibreOffice, it's very similar to Microsoft Office in the sense that it allows you to do Word documents, Excel spreadsheets, PowerPoint presentations, and more. You can simply open up the LibreOffice main window, which will allow you to create your documents, your spreadsheets, presentations. Just simply click whatever you feel, drag it into the window, and go from there. Some tips will open up and will allow you to create whichever document you would like. And it's very easy. LibreOffice is but one of the many applications that you see here to the left that an employee can use to be productive. And being that it's pre-installed, all of the configurations can be adjusted and it's ready to go right out the box. Now, some of the other applications that can be installed, for example for business use, would be Skype, Zoom, and the Zen applications here, which are phenomenal for business use, as we will see here. Now you can log in with your Zen Hub account and set up the business through here, and this will allow you to access business documents, set up tasks, coordinate with your fellow business associates. Another fun app, like previously mentioned here, is Skype. If you need to do some video conferencing back and forth, that will assist with any projects or meetings you may have. Here on ZenKit, you have the ideas and team notes like I was mentioning before, and Skype. All of which sign in with the business, continue, and be productive as you need to be. Now for settings and customizations, getting used to the actual desktop to what you need, the setting tabs gives you a lot of options between the network, Bluetooth, background, appearance, notifications, searching your apps and documents. Multitasking is great as far as creating multiple desktop environments so that you can help organize and be productive. Setting your privacy settings, online accounts, which this was a main feature I really enjoyed seeing, is that Ubuntu allows you to connect your Google accounts, your Microsoft accounts, and other accounts like Exchange so that you can access all of your documents that have been uploaded to the cloud or to OneDrive and have full accessibility to those documents, which will make data transfer and backing up and accessibility through this upgrade very, very easy. This also allows us to not have to worry too much about converting the data from one data type to another, as Linux will be able to read the docx files or the Excel files or even a lot of the Google files that are on the Google Drive. Now, as an employee uses Ubuntu, they'll get more and more familiar with it. It is a little bit different than Microsoft Windows. However, the similarities are enough that it should be a smooth transition. And again, at the end of the day, when the employee is ready to sign out, simply go over here to power off logout, and you can log out or power off your system. Simply hit log out if you would like, or you can wait the 60 seconds, preferably it's faster, and you can go from there. So, potential issues with Linux. Training is the first issue we will encounter, as we will have to be thorough in training our employees so that they can understand and get familiar with Ubuntu as fast as possible with as little frustration as possible. Next, we have to plan for any possible incompatibilities with the OS, to the hardware, or failed install issues. Now, potential upgrade setbacks and delays are always a concern between both the expected and unexpected events. Things like storms, power outages, unforeseen mechanical failures, employees on vacation or sick, etc. Now, most importantly, remember, however, we have planned and prepared for a wide variety of possible issues which may arise, and are ready for them should they arise. And now we'll move on to our upgrade strategy timeline overview. We're expecting the actual rollout to take approximately 6 months, with a 2-month preparation period before the upgrade for data backup, testing, and coordination between the departments for the upgrade. Total time from planning start to finish is about 8 months. We're planning to start the upgrade 6 months from now, starting with the 2-month prep phase. During this time, we'll start training the IT department, whom will receive the most extensive training with the Ubuntu OS. This training will include the operation, configuration, installation steps, troubleshooting, and more. Now, systems will be tested for new OS implementation and operation in each department after the IT department's training is completed, where any issues will be addressed and troubleshooted. Now, training is underway, company data will be backed up and stored in case we have to undo the upgrade or start over and revert back to what we were originally doing. This includes the OS keys, ISO and media reinstall files, program backups, networking and system configuration files, and other very important remaining company data. Upon successful completion of the previous preparation phase, we will move on to the next phase of the rollout. During this time, the selected group of employees per department will be trained on the new OS operation as each group is upgraded. Each larger department will be divided into smaller groups of up to 25%, give or take, of the workstations, laptops in each group. Smaller departments will be divided into up to 50% group sizes. Easier to handle, quicker to go through. One by one, the groups will go in order, being upgraded as to keep affected productivity at a minimum. To begin the rollout, we'll start with the IT department, as mentioned previously, and upgrade the servers and their workstations and laptops. This will take place over weeks 1 and 2. This will set up the best opportunity for success throughout the entire process, because once the IT department is situated, we will divide the IT employees into 2 teams of 4. Now, both teams will then work on the administrative offices together, sort of to get used to the upgrade over weeks 3 and 4, and it will be done in 2 stages. During weeks 5 and 6, the IT teams will split and begin upgrades separately. Team 1 will take the R&D department, and Team 2 will take facilities and maintenance department. Each of these departments will be divided into 2 groups and handled in 2 stages. During weeks 7 to 10, Team 1 will take the finance department and Team 2 will take the sales department, and each of these departments will be divided into 4 groups and handled in 4 stages. As we near the end of the rollout, our upgrade methodology will change up a bit. From here on, the IT teams will be working together on the remaining 2 departments. Both shipping and receiving and main processing work double shifts, and so, because they work double shifts, they get a modified staged rollout. Now, during weeks 11 to 13, Team 1 and 2 will work together and begin upgrades with the shipping and receiving department. One team will handle the upgrades, while the other will train the employees. This department will be divided into 2 groups and handled in 2 stages. During weeks 14 to 20, Teams 1 and 2 will work together and begin upgrades with the main processing facility. Now, this is crucial because this department is the largest of the company and will require the most attention and time as it is the heart of the company. One team will handle the upgrades and the other will train the employees. And since this department is so large, it will be divided into 6 groups and handled in 6 stages. Now, each stage will be handled in 2 parts, one part for the day shift and one part for the night shift. Now, by dividing the departments into groups and handling each group one at a time, we will reduce affecting productivity as much as possible. By keeping the amount of downtime and maintenance on workstations and the amount of time employees are at being trained only to the necessary amounts, we will only slow production by an estimated 25% on average. It will be a constant, steady push through the rollout, but I truly believe this will be a smooth operation if we stick to the plan. Recovery time is allotted for the unseen issues. Now, this will act as a buffer to give us time to fix the issues without falling off schedule. The administration and IT staff will be fully trained in the use, configuration, and maintenance of the Linux Ubuntu desktop and server operating systems. In addition, the IT staff will be responsible for the training of each department's employees. Before, during, and after the rollout, the IT team will address and document any issues which may arise. The 2 IT teams of 4 will handle the rollout in stages, as they will alternate conducting each stage to allow for the most efficient rollout with the least amount of downtime and the least amount of confusion. The primary goal for this rollout is to make it as smooth and efficient before, during, and after each stage. This is to be conducted with as few issues and delays as possible without damaging the company's employee productivity and production. We also want to keep the cost as minimal as possible, and scheduling employees to be present and together for training is crucial. As always, when switching to a new OS, a few hurdles will exist. Some of them include user understanding and comfortability, availability for support IT to help if there's any questions or concerns or confusion, and making sure any updates, upgrades, and security patches are known. That includes what updates are currently available future updates and security patches that'll be coming out soon for continued support products, and more importantly, which features will no longer be supported, the end of life. So in conclusion, to cover the main points, Windows operating system is potentially no longer a viable option in the near future. Ubuntu is the best option for the upgrade because of its functionality, cost savings, ease of use, and integration. A live demonstration of Ubuntu with examples of available applications was performed for you, and we will begin in 6 months by backing up all data and testing the operating systems on several groups of systems over a 2-month preparation period. Slowly at first, to ensure overall success and address any issues we may encounter. Departments will then roll out with the upgrade in stages moderated and performed by the assigned IT teams, and each department will be trained in advance on new operating system and accessing their data and applications that they were using. IT will oversee and manage the upgrade, addressing any issues, many of which expected and are prepared for, which may arise during the changeover. Staggered rollout will help reduce impact on productivity and operations, including employee and company productivity. And in the long run, this upgrade will help save the company money and time without impacting company operations. I'd like to thank you all for attending this presentation, and it was an absolute pleasure presenting for you today.